Hello and welcome to another update video about MATIC. The MATIC chart hasn't changed, so MATIC is still grinding a little bit lower here in this current wave 2 correction. Actually reached the 61.8 Fib level, so the next key support, and it's likely that there's a little bit of a bounce there actually at around 86.7 cents, and there could be a little bit of a bounce, yes. And it is a very important level really. But the ABC structure as it is looks to me a little bit unfinished. Obviously, if you followed previous updates, then you'll know that we are dealing here with an ABC structure in wave 2, which due to the shallow nature of that B wave, very anemic B wave, very weak, the C wave could test a lower range of this support area, okay, so possibly rather around the 78 cent level, because the 100% extension target of the A wave points towards 76.7 cents. That's just below the 78.6 retrace level there. And that 78.6 retrace is the key level normally that we're tracking for a wave 2 correction. So anything below that, at least if the price sustains below that level, would typically be not bearish, but this setup would then most likely not work out, and we would probably transition into the alternative count, which is highlighted here on the chart in green, in which we are, in which this wave 2, the larger degree, which presumably finished on the 23rd of January, never finished. So I would have to move it over then in that case. Okay, so I've got a leading diagonal into the December highs. We talked about that. We have a wave 2 pullback in the yellow count and then another 1-2 setup. And ideally it's going a little bit lower, but it doesn't ideally break below 78.5 or 76.7 cents to keep that bullish 1-2 setup alive. As soon as the wave 2 is finished, we should see a third wave rally. And to give you a target for that third wave there, here this one, I have to make some assumptions. I have to assume that, okay, let's assume the price comes down to 78.5 cents. It comes down to that 78.6 Fib level. Well, then the upside target minimum would be $1.68. That's the 1.236 extension. But the ideal target would be the $1.84 level or higher. Okay, so there's a minimum, and then the first ideal target is a little bit above that. It's typically the 138.2 extension, and that's around $1.84, $1.85. Gives you an idea of where we might end, okay, in this third wave at least, and then there should be another 4 or 5 anyway to finish off this larger third, which should get above $2, then another 4 and another 5. So it is still a bullish chart. And the good news is it's not selling off that much at the moment, but it's also not really reacting. Today is a bit friendly, okay, but there's no reaction really there. So it's quite sleepy at the moment, MATIC. But we know that these coins, MATIC did that on this move down as well. These coins, when they finally move, they move quite rapidly and quite aggressively. It did perform really well. I mean, MATIC did, even if we talk about the bear market low, which was, I think, in June 22, wasn't it? That was around 30 cents, I believe. Yeah. I mean, it basically, to the top that we had here, that was in February 23. It did move from 30 cents to around about 160. So that's it more than quadrupled. And then even to the recent high, which was around 130, you could say it did quadruple from the bear market low. So pretty good performance, actually. But not really outstanding for this cycle, okay? So also here, from this low that was formed in September at around 50 cents, it more than doubled, okay? It more than doubled, and certainly some, and good performance from the January low to the March high as well, but couldn't sustain it. Well, that's essentially what pullback traders need, a pullback, right? So without any pullback, a lot of people would have complained. Now we've got a pullback, and I'm just a bit concerned it might break below 78.5 cents, but then we might just morph into the larger degree. And, you know, the support is just underneath at 66.7 cents and then 58. So at the moment, there's no low in place anyway. So I'm still looking for lower until I see a first impulse. But, I mean, this is the area where I'm looking for a reversal. in the upper support area. Not from here, then from here, but below 58 cents. My thesis that this is a bullish chart has to be revised. Yeah, that's my update about MATIC. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.